Let's understand what is a knowledge discovery process. Knowledge is invisible. It is in people's brains, in books, in manuals, in working procedures, in files on hard disks, in short, everywhere. Knowledge is invisible, but as Peter Drucker noted, a very large number of knowledge workers do both knowledge work and manual work. He called those people technologists, and stated they may be the single biggest group of knowledge workers. In the picture to the right, is Margaret Hamilton being awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, by Barack Obama. In the picture to the left, she is standing next to the navigation software that she and her team produced for the Apollo project. The manual work is the writing of all those sheets of paper Margaret stands next to. Manual work results in tangible output, which is visible. That makes the manual part of knowledge work visible. Knowledge discovery process is the discovery and transformation of invisible knowledge into visible tangible output. Knowledge workers are those who need to discover knowledge in order to produce tangible output. A knowledge discovery process comprises of asking questions in order to acquire the missing information about what output to produce and how to produce it. Missing information is studied by the information theory. Shannon's formula calculates the missing information as the average number of binary yes/no questions asked to type one symbol. To measure the missing information in knowledge work, we must count the number of questions asked. However, there is no way to get inside humans' head and count the questions asked. For that, we turn to psychology, where they study mental effort and cognitive load. There is scientific research done by Daniel Kahneman, who was awarded the 2002 Nobel Prize in Economics. Kahneman discovered that asking questions is an effortful task, and humans cannot type at the same time. Since humans can either type or ask a question, then we conclude. If there was a symbol not typed, then there was a question asked. We see that the more symbols typed during a time period, the less missing information was to be acquired. Let's use an example to see how we can infer the number of questions in practice. For that, we'll have myself executing the task of typing this word, honorificabilitudinitatis. It means the state of being able to achieve honors, and is mentioned in Shakespeare's play, Love's Labour's Lost. With its 27 letters, it is the longest word in the English language. In order to track the knowledge discovery process, I will put 1 for each time interval, when I have a letter typed, and 0 for each time interval, when I don't know what letter to type. I start by taking a look at the word in the script. That takes me 2 time intervals. Then I type the first letters, H, O, N, O, R. At this point, I cannot recall the next letter. I am missing information, so I open up the script, and I look up the word again. Now I know what the next letter to type is, but acquiring that missing information took me 1 time interval. This time I have remembered more letters, so I am able to type I, F, I, C, A, B, I. Then again I cannot continue, because I have forgotten what were the next letters of the word, so I have to look it up again. In the script. That takes 2 more time intervals. Now I can continue my typing of L, I, T. At this point I stop again, because I am not sure what are the next letters to type, so I have to look at the word. That takes 2 more time intervals. I continue my typing with U, D, I, then I stop again, because 2 have to look up the word again in the script. That takes 1 more time interval. Now I know what the next letter to type is, so I can continue typing, N, I. At this point I cannot recall the next letter, so I have to look up the word again in the script. That takes 3 more time intervals. After that, I can finish by typing, T, A, T, I, B, U, S. Eventually, I am done. At the end of the exercise, I have the word honorificabilitudinitatis typed, and along with it a sequence of zeros and ones. The first row shows the knowledge I manually transformed into tangible output, in this case the longest English word. The second row shows the way I discovered that knowledge. There is a 0 for each time interval, when I was missing information about what to type next. There is 1 for each time interval, when I had existing knowledge about what to type next. Each 0 represents a question I needed to ask in order to acquire missing information. Each 1 represents existing knowledge. We also have the missing information calculated to be 0.41 questions per symbol typed, or 0.41 bits of information. We know there was knowledge applied when we see the tangible output of the process. We know there was knowledge discovered when we see at least one question asked. This way, we made visible both the manual and the knowledge discovery parts of a knowledge discovery process.